Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. As I sit here with you, those words by Desmond Tutu feel like a gentle hand on a weary shoulder. We often find ourselves navigating seasons where the shadows seem to stretch a little longer than we expected, don't we? Our hearts become heavy, not necessarily from one great tragedy, but from the slow, steady accumulation of life's demands, the unspoken worries about the future, and the quiet fatigue that settles into our bones. You might be feeling as though your inner light has dimmed, obscured by the clouds of responsibility or the lingering ache of a tired spirit. I want you to know that it is okay to acknowledge that exhaustion. We don't have to pretend to be vibrant when we feel fragile. Instead, we can choose to look for that small, persistent flicker of hope that remains. This hope isn't a loud, demanding force. It is a quiet invitation to believe that even when we cannot see the sun, the light is still there, waiting to break through the canopy of our struggles. Let us take a moment together to just breathe and recognize that we are not meant to carry the weight of the world in our own strength. We are simply invited to turn our gaze toward the one who is the source of all light, trusting that even the smallest spark can illuminate the path ahead. In this space of shared reflection, we find that our weariness doesn't have to be an obstacle to faith. Rather, it can be the very place where we encounter the most profound comfort. In Psalm 143:8, we find a beautiful, humble cry that echoes the deepest needs of a soul searching for direction, as the psalmist prays, "Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my soul." These words serve as a bridge for us, moving from our own internal exhaustion toward the vast, unchanging shore of your grace. Father in heaven, as I reflect on this promise, I feel my heart beginning to soften and open. To hear word of your unfailing love is not just to read a text, but to experience your presence as a living, breathing reality that surrounds me before I even speak a word. I recognize that my trust has often been misplaced in my own abilities or in the shifting circumstances of this world, but now I am choosing to anchor my spirit in your character alone. This verse reminds me that I do not need to figure out the entire map of my life today. I only need to hear your voice and see the very next step you have placed before me. My King, I am quieting my own loud thoughts so that I can sense the gentle nudge of your spirit, guiding me toward the peace that only you can provide. My dear Lord, I come before you now with hands wide open, letting go of the tightly held reins I have used to try and control my life. I surrender this day and everything it holds, the tasks on my list, the conversations I will have, and even the moments of silence that I often fill with unnecessary worry. Jesus, I give you my tired heart, with all its cracks and worn-out corners. I am no longer trying to hide my fatigue from you, for I know you see it and you love me in the midst of it. I lay down the need to be perfect, the pressure to be productive, and the fear of falling short of expectations. I entrust my soul to you, knowing that you are the most careful and loving guardian. Father, take my worries about my finances, my health, and my purpose, and replace them with a simple, quiet confidence in your provision. I surrender my desire for quick answers and instead ask for the grace to wait on your timing with a peaceful spirit. Father in heaven, please pour your divine peace into every room of my home and every corner of my mind. I ask for your strength to sustain me when I feel my energy fading, not a frantic strength, but a steady, calm endurance that comes from resting in you. My King, guide my thoughts today so that they may be filled with kindness and clarity. When I am faced with decisions, large or small, I pray for your wisdom to be my compass, helping me to choose the path of love and integrity. I ask for your healing touch upon the areas of my life that feel broken or bruised. Let your light enter the hidden wounds of my past and bring a gentle restoration. I lift up my family and my children to you, asking that you wrap them in your protective embrace and let them feel the warmth of your presence throughout their day. Please watch over our coming and going, shielding us from harm and keeping our hearts focused on what is truly important. My dear Lord, I also bring my work and my daily responsibilities before you. Sometimes the weight of my duties feels like a burden, but I ask that you transform my perspective so that I see my labor as a way to serve you and those around me. Grant me patience with my colleagues and a heart that is quick to listen and slow to speak. When obstacles arise, help me to face them with a spirit of humility, seeking your guidance rather than relying on my own understanding. I pray that my life today would be a reflection of your goodness, even in the smallest gestures of grace I offer to others. My King, I ask for your protection over my mind, that I would not be easily swayed by negativity or discouragement, but instead remain rooted in the hope that you have given me. Let your light shine through me so clearly that those I encounter might catch a glimpse of your love and be encouraged. I place my entire future into your hands, believing that your plans for me are good and that you are leading me toward a destination of peace. Thank you for being my shepherd, my friend, and my strength, and for never leaving me to walk this journey alone. I rest in the assurance that your love is the first and last word over my life, today, and every day. Moving from the morning light into the quiet chambers of our inner world, we realize that some burdens are not carried in our hands, but in the very fabric of our spirits. We often talk about getting enough sleep or taking a vacation to find rest, yet there is a specific kind of exhaustion that no amount of physical sleep can truly reach. It is that heavy, lingering ache in the center of the chest, the kind of tired that comes from trying to hold everything together, from masking our insecurities, or from carrying the silent weight of expectations that we were never meant to shoulder alone. We walk through our days with a smile, performing our duties and checking off our lists, but underneath that surface, our hearts are sometimes gasping for a breath of genuine peace. It is a profound realization to admit that we are weary, not because we are weak, but because we have been trying to be strong in our own limited power for far too long. We gather these invisible stones of worry, regret, and what-if scenarios, placing them in a backpack that we carry into every room we enter. This internal fatigue is what I want us to look at today, not with judgment, but with a deep, compassionate honesty. We are human, and to be human is to eventually reach the end of ourselves. When we reach that edge, we find that it isn't a place of failure, but a sacred threshold where a different kind of strength is waiting to take over. I want you to feel the permission to simply be tired for a moment, to stop the constant engine of doing and just exist in the presence of a love that does not demand anything from you other than your presence. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28, we encounter one of the most tender invitations ever spoken, where Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This isn't a command to work harder or a religious requirement to fulfill. It is a soft, persistent call to a person. It is Jesus looking at the crowd and looking at you and me, seeing the invisible weight of the world on our shoulders and offering an exchange. He doesn't say, "Go fix yourselves and then come back," or "Here is a list of 10 steps to feel better." He simply says, "Come to me." He understands that our weariness is often a result of being separated from the source of our life, like a branch trying to survive without the vine. When he promises rest, it isn't just a pause in activity, it is a restoration of the soul's rhythm. My King, as I sit with this verse, I'm struck by the simplicity of it. It feels like an open door on a stormy night, a place where the wind stops howling and the warmth of a fire begins to seep into frozen bones. You see the places where I am vined and tangled in my own anxieties, and you don't ask me to untie the knots myself. You just ask me to bring the whole tangled mess to your feet. Time 3s. My dear Lord, I find myself exhaling deeply as I lean into the truth of your words. I am coming to you now, not with a script or a polished version of my life, but with the raw reality of my tired heart. I am so grateful, Father in heaven, for the way you never seem to tire of my company. Even when I come to you with the same old worries and the same recurring fears. It is such a relief to know that your patience is not a finite resource that I might accidentally exhaust. I thank you for being the one place in this entire universe where I don't have to perform or prove my worth. You loved me before I did anything productive today, and you will love me just as much when the sun goes set, regardless of what I have or haven't accomplished. My King, I am sorry for the times I have treated you as a last resort, rather than my first breath. I have spent so many hours trying to engineer my own peace, trying to think my way out of problems that only you can solve, and trying to carry burdens that were clearly marked for your shoulders. I regret the pride that often keeps me from admitting I am overwhelmed, as if my vulnerability were a flaw instead of an invitation for your grace. Please forgive me for the times I have looked for rest in distractions, in screens, or in the approval of others, only to find myself feeling emptier than before. I am learning that only the Creator of the heart can truly quiet the heart. Jesus, I want to talk to you about the specific wounds that have made my heart feel so heavy lately. There are memories that still sting when I touch them, words spoken by others that have left a mark I can't seem to wash away, and failures of my own that I keep replaying like a broken record. Father, I am asking you to enter these tender spaces with your healing light. I don't want to just get over these things. I want to be transformed by your touch within them. I pray that your Spirit would flow like a gentle, healing oil over the places where I feel bruised by life's circumstances. Where there is bitterness, please plant a seed of your supernatural forgiveness. Where there is a nagging sense of inadequacy, please whisper the truth of who I am in your eyes, chosen, redeemed, and deeply cherished. I am choosing to believe that your rest is powerful enough to reach into my past and settle the storms that still echo there. My King, help me to see my life through the lens of your mercy. When I look at my mistakes, help me not to see a dead end, but a place where your grace can abound. I am finding so much life in simply being near you, in the quiet realization that I am not the one who has to hold the world together. You are the one holding me, and that is more than enough. My King, as I dwell in this space of restoration, I am struck by how much energy I have wasted trying to predict the future. I have tried to build walls of security out of things that were never meant to be permanent, and I have felt the exhaustion of watching those walls crumble. Today, I want to trade my need for certainty for the certainty of your presence. I am grateful that you are a God of the now, that your mercies are new every morning, exactly when I need them. I thank you for the way you provide just enough manna for the day, teaching me to trust you for tomorrow when tomorrow actually arrives. Father, help me to recognize the beauty that is already here, even in the midst of my fatigue. Sometimes I am so focused on the mountain I have to climb that I forget to see the wild flowers you have planted at my feet. Open my eyes to the small miracles, the warmth of a cup of tea, the sound of a loved one's voice, the steady rhythm of my own breath, which are all whispers of your constant care. I want to live this day from a place of restedness, where my actions flow from a soul that is already anchored in your love, rather than a soul that is frantically searching for it. Time threes. Father in heaven, I ask that you would renew my perspective on the people in my life as well. Often my tiredness makes me reactive instead of responsive, and I find myself being short with those I love the most. My King, please fill my heart with your patience so that I can be a source of rest for others too. If I am resting in your embrace, then I don't have to demand that others meet needs that only you can fulfill. Let your light shine through the cracks in my heart so that someone else might see that it's okay to be broken and still be loved. I ask for the grace to forgive those who have added to my burden, even if they didn't mean to. I release the debt I feel they owe me and I place it in your hands, knowing that your justice and your mercy are perfect. I am finding that as I let go of these grievances, my heart actually feels lighter, as if a physical weight has been lifted. My dear Lord, I want to stay here in this conversation with you for as long as I can, because here the world feels small and you feel very, very big. I am learning that true rest is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of you. You are my hiding place, my fortress, and my very present help in times of trouble. I am asking you to guide me through the rest of this day with a quiet spirit. When the noise of the world starts to ramp up again, let there be a secret garden in my soul where I can retreat and hear your voice saying, "Peace, be still." I trust that you are working in the areas of my life that I cannot see. I trust that you are weaving a tapestry of grace out of the frayed threads of my experiences. Thank you, Jesus, for the invitation to come. Thank you for the promise of rest. Thank you for loving me enough to want my heart more than my service. I am laying my head on your shoulder, figuratively and spiritually, and I am letting the tension drain out of my body. I am safe with you. I am loved by you. I am at rest in you. Time and twos. Father, as I move forward into the tasks ahead, help me to carry this stillness with me. Let it be like a subterranean river that flows beneath the surface of my activity, keeping me hydrated and steady. I ask for the wisdom to know when to say no to things that drain my spirit and yes to the things that lead me closer to your heart. Help me to be a good steward of this new day hope that you have ignited within me. I am not going back to the way I was, trying to carry the backpack of stones. I am leaving that backpack here at the foot of the cross, and I am walking away with nothing but your grace in my hands. My King, you are so good to me. You are the rest I have been searching for all along. I find my joy in the simple fact that I belong to you, and that nothing in all of creation can separate us. My dear Lord, I want to spend a moment just basking in the quietness of your love. There is a specific kind of silence that exists when two people who love each other deeply don't need to say anything at all. I want to practice that silence with you. I want my soul to be like a stilled and quieted child with its mother, as the psalm says. I surrender my desire to explain myself, to justify my mistakes, or to bargain for better circumstances. I am just here, and I know you are here. That is the ultimate rest. Father, thank you for the way your light is currently entering the tired corners of my heart. It isn't a blinding, harsh light, but a soft, golden glow that warms before it illuminates. It shows me that I am okay. It shows me that you are in control. It shows me that there is hope for this day and every day to follow. I am placing my trust in your unfailing plan, knowing that you lead me beside still waters and you restore my soul. I am ready to face what comes, not because I am ready, but because you are with me. My King, my Father, my everything, I love you. I am thinking about the way a child sleeps in their parents' arms while a storm rages outside. The child doesn't need to understand the meteorology of the storm or have a plan for how to fix the roof. The child simply trusts the strength of the arms holding them. That is the kind of rest I am asking for today, Jesus. I want to trust your arms more than I fear the storm. I want to believe that your grip on me is tighter than my grip on my problems. Thank you for being the great shepherd who knows exactly where the green pastures are, even when all I can see is the wilderness. I am following you, one step at a time, resting in the knowledge that you will never lead me anywhere that your grace cannot sustain me. My King, I give you this hour, this heart, and this life, with a spirit that is finally starting to breathe again. We sometimes forget that we are not solitary islands in this vast ocean of life. Yet when we find ourselves sitting in the quietness of our own hearts, it can feel like our prayers are meant only for our own healing, our own peace, and our own survival. But you and I both know that the light we've been seeking is not meant to be hidden under a bushel or kept within the four walls of our own spirits. Think of a single candle in a dark room. Its flame doesn't just warm the wax, it pushes back the darkness for everyone nearby. Our weariness often connects us to the weariness of the world. We are part of a grand, intricate tapestry of souls, many of whom are currently walking through valleys that look very much like our own. When we start to feel that first spark of new day hope returning to our weary hearts, it naturally begins to overflow. We realize that our strength, once restored, is meant to be shared. We look at the faces of our neighbors, our colleagues, or even the strangers we pass on the street, and we see the same tired eyes we saw in the mirror this morning. Prayer, in its most beautiful form, becomes a bridge we build for others. It is the moment we stop asking for our own needs to be met and start holding the hands of those who are still stumbling in the dark. By lifting them up, we find ourselves standing even taller. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. And as we have let that light enter our own hearts, we now turn our gaze outward to the world that is still waiting for the dawn. My King, my heart feels a strange, beautiful expansion as I stop thinking about my own fatigue and begin to think about the people you have placed in my life. In the letter to the Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2, we are gently encouraged to look beyond ourselves and carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Father in heaven, I lift up to you every person who is waking up today with a heart that feels even heavier than mine. I am thinking of the parents who stayed up all night with a sick child, whose bodies are trembling with exhaustion and whose minds are clouded with worry. My dear Lord, please be their strength. I lift up those who are heading to jobs where they feel undervalued or invisible, those who feel the crushing weight of financial lack and those who are facing the day without a single person to call a friend. Jesus, would you walk through the hallways of every hospital and sit by the bedsides of those who are in pain? Let them feel a sudden, unexplainable warmth, a reminder that they are not forgotten by their Creator. I pray for the leaders of this world, that your wisdom would replace their pride, and that they would seek the well-being of the vulnerable above their own power. My King, I lift up the elderly who are sitting in lonely rooms, waiting for a phone call that never comes. Surround them with your presence so tangibly that they feel as though they are being held by a physical embrace. Father, my heart also turns toward the people in my immediate circle, my family, my friends, and those I see every day. I ask that the peace you have given me during this time of prayer would spill over into my interactions with them. If my spouse is struggling with a secret burden, let me be a source of comfort rather than another demand on their time. If my children are feeling the pressures of growing up in a confusing world, give me the words to guide them with your love. My dear Lord, I ask for your grace to be upon my enemies as well, or those who have made my life difficult. I don't want to carry the weight of resentment anymore. I pray that you would bless them and heal whatever brokenness in their own lives is causing them to act out in unkindness. We are all just tired travelers trying to find our way home, and I ask that you would make me a lighthouse for those who are lost at sea. Let my life be a testimony to the fact that hope is real, not because I am strong, but because you are faithful. My King, I want to stand tall now and declare my faith in you, not with a loud voice, but with a quiet, unshakable conviction in the center of my soul. I believe that you are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end of every story, including mine. I know that you are working all things together for my good, even the parts of my life that feel messy, unfinished, or painful right now. Father in heaven, I believe that your light is stronger than any darkness I have ever faced or will ever face. I trust that your plans for me are plans of peace and not of disaster, to give me a future and a hope. I declare that I will no longer be a slave to my fears or a prisoner of my past mistakes. I am a child of the Most High King, and I am walking in the light of your favor. Jesus, I believe that even when I cannot see you moving, you are working. Even when I cannot hear your voice, you are speaking peace over my spirit. I place my total confidence in your character, in your kindness, your justice, and your overwhelming mercy. You are my anchor in the storm, my shield in the battle, and the very air that I breathe. My dear Lord, as I prepare to step out of this sacred space and into the movement of the day, I make a final surrender of everything I have and everything I am. I give you my schedule, my deadlines, and my to-do lists. I give you the outcomes of every meeting and the results of every effort. I am letting go of the need to be right, the need to be seen, and the need to be successful in the eyes of the world. I am choosing instead to be successful in your eyes by simply being faithful to the love you have placed in me. My King, I surrender my future into your hands. I don't need to know what lies around the corner because I know that you are already there. I lay down my anxieties about tomorrow and my regrets about yesterday, and I choose to live fully in this now because this is where you are. I am putting on the armor of your grace, and I am choosing to walk with a spirit of gratitude rather than a spirit of complaint. Jesus, please do not let this feeling of closeness fade as I go about my work. I'm asking you to stay with me, to walk beside me, and to be the silent partner in every conversation I have. When I feel the first twinges of frustration or the return of that familiar fatigue, remind me to take a breath and reconnect with the new day hope we have found here. Father in heaven, be the filter for my words and the guide for my footsteps. If there is someone you want me to encourage today, nudge my heart and give me the courage to speak up. If there is a task that requires more wisdom than I possess, whisper the answer to my spirit. I want to live this day as a continuous dialogue with you, a never-ending prayer that moves from my lips to my actions. Let your presence be so thick around me that it changes the atmosphere of every room I enter. I don't want to go anywhere without you, my dear. Lord, I don't want to make a single decision without consulting your heart. My King, I thank you for this time of deep, honest communion. Thank you for listening to the whispers of my soul and for answering me with your stillness. I am leaving this place with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. I am ready to face the world, not because the world has changed, but because I have been changed in your presence. I am stepping out with the confidence of someone who knows they are loved with an everlasting love. I am holding on to your hand, and I am not letting go. May your name be glorified in everything I do today, and may your kingdom of peace and light grow within me and through me. I trust you with every fiber of my being, and I rest in the assurance that you are already leading me toward something beautiful. Father, as I close this prayer, I want to rest in the finality of your grace. I am not asking for these things because I deserve them, but because you are a God of infinite generosity. I believe that you have heard every word, every sigh, and every unexpressed longing of my heart. I am moving forward now, not in my own power, but in the power of the one who conquered the grave. My King, my Father, my Jesus, I am yours and you are mine. Let this day be a beautiful reflection of the light you have poured into me. I am stepping out into the light, and I am taking your hope with me. Amen.